Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my presentation. My presentation topic is Kali Linux penetration testing and ethical hacking and security auditing. Myself, MD Asaduzzaman Oyon, student ID 2120320001, Department of CSC, Diploma holder 25 batch. Presented to Ismail Siddiqui Imam sir, Lab Technical Officer, Department of CSC, Penn University. Outline about Kali Linux. Kali Linux feature, Kali Linux requirement, Kali everywhere, security service, top Kali Linux tools. About Kali Linux. Kali Linux, formerly known as Backtrack Linux, is an open source debian-based Linux distribution aimed at advanced penetration testing and security auditing. Kali Linux contains several hundred tools targeted towards various information security tasks, such as penetration testing, security research, computer forensics, and reverse engineering. Kali Linux is a multi-platform solution accessible and freely available to information security professionals and hobbyists. Kali Linux was released on the 13th March 2013 as a complete top-to-bottom rebuild of Backtrack Linux, adhering completely to Debian development standards. Kali Linux features more than 600 penetration testing tools included. After reviewing every tool that was included in Backtrack, we eliminated a great number of tools that either simply did not work or which duplicated other tools that provide the same or similar functionality. Details on what's included are on the Kali tool site. Free as in beer and always will be. Kali Linux, like Backtrack, is completely free of charge and always will be. You will never ever have to pay for Kali Linux. Open source Git tree. We are committed to the open source development model and our development tree is available for all to see. All of the source code which goes into Kali Linux is available for anyone who wants to tweak or rebuild package to suit their specific needs. Developed in a secure environment. The Kali Linux team is made up of a small group of individuals who are the only one trusted to commit package and interact with the repositories, all of which is done using multiple secure protocols, GPG signed package and repositories. Every package in Kali Linux is signed by each individual developer who built and committed it, and their responsibilities subsequently sign the package as well. Multi-language support. Although penetration tools tend to be written in English, we have ensured that Kali included true multilingual support, allowing more users to operate in their native language and locate the tools they need for the job. Completely customizable. We thoroughly understand that not everyone will agree with our design decision. So we have made it as easy as possible for our more adventurous users to customize Kali Linux to their liking all the way down to the kernel. Requirement. Kali Linux requires a minimum of 20 GB hard disk space for installation depends on the version. Version 2022.2 require at least 20 GB. A minimum of 2 GB RAM for i386 and AMD 64 architectures. A bootable CD/DVD drive or a USB stick. A minimum of an Intel Core i3 or an AMD E1 processor for good performance. There is a architecture of basic Linux kernel, fundamental architecture. There are another Linux kernel map. Security service based encryption tools, GNU PG, Crypt, 7zip, Veracrypt, Tails OS. What is Kali Linux? Kali Linux is an advanced penetration testing and security auditing Linux distribution distro named after a Hindu god. It was designed to replace the Backtech Linux distro. A Linux distro is an operating system based off the Linux kernel. Think Windows NT and all the Windows distribution like XP, Vista 7, 8, etc. Linux is itself based off the Unix kernel. Unix kernel Linux, Backtech, Kali. Why use Kali? It is free. 300 plus application from password cracks to digital forensic software. Vast wireless device support, ARM processor, completely customizable, multilingual support, secure development environment, open source Git tree, file system heritage standard, FHS compliant, GNU privacy guard, GPG, CQ signed package and repos. Kali toolkit 300 plus, Metasploit, Nmap, Wireless Shark, Aircrack NG, John the Ripper, Casefile, THC Hydra, Arduino, DStorm 3, Splend Ninja, Proxy Strike, Ghost Fisher, CryptoCat, WebScrubber, Android SDK, Mask Processor, SI Army Knife, Pan Wi-Fi Cracker. Top Ka Linux tools, Nmap, Network Scanner. It is used to discover host, port, OS and service along with their version over a network. Burp Suite, web application security testing software. It is used a proxy, so all the requests from the browser with the proxy pass through it. Wireshark, a network analyzer. Metasploit, a penetration tester. SQL Map, SQL injection attacks. Social engineering toolkit, collection of tools that could be used to perform social engineering attacks. This tool use and manipulate human behavior for information gathering. It is a great tool to finish the website evil. Kali Linux penetration testing. Mastering the terminal window. It outlines the in and out of the Linux system terminal window and cover how to manage the file system like the pros. You will learn how to manage user and group inside Kali, and you will see how to manipulate file and folder during your engagements and much more. Bash scripting. Bash scripting is an essential skill for a penetration tester. In this chapter, you will learn how to start to use programming principles such as variables, functions, condition, loops, and much more. Network host scanning. It teaches you how to conduct network scan like professionals. You will learn first about the basic of networking, and then you will develop into the port scanning techniques. Internet information gathering. It discusses the passive information gathering phase in penetration testing. You will be introduced to how to deal with advanced search engine queries. Also, you will learn how to use Shodan and other tools to get the job done. Social engineering attack. It focuses on how to take advantage of human weakness to exploit organizations. You will learn about how to send phishing email and steal credentials. On top of that, you will see how to use the social engineering toolkit as a penetration tester. Finally, you will see how USB robot duck operation in similar SE attacks. Advanced enumeration phase. It reviews how to handle the enumeration phase in a penetration testing engagement. Enumeration means collection the necessary information that will allow us to exploit the specific server. Example FTP, SSH, etc. Exploitation phase. It discusses some actual attack and shows you how to get inside the system. In the previous chapter, you had all the information about each service, and in this one, we will take this a step further and exploit the vulnerabilities. Web application vulnerabilities. It focuses on the basic of web application vulnerabilities. The goal is to allow you to test web application will easy during your engagement. Every company has a website these days, and it's crucial to understand their topic from A to Z. Web penetration testing and secure software development lifecycle. You will mainly learn about the methodology of web application penetration testing and how to use Burp Suite Pro. Finally, you will see how to implement a secure software development lifecycle (SSDLC) in an organization. Linux privilege escalation. It focuses mainly on Linux operation system privilege escalation. The techniques in the chapter will allow you to gain root privilege on a compromised Linux OS. Windows privilege escalation. It describes how to get administration privilege on the compromised Windows OS. First, you will learn about how to enumerate the Windows OS, and then you will see how to exploit the Windows system with practical examples. Pivoting and laddering movement. It describes how to use the pivoting techniques to move laterally on the compromised network. In this chapter, you will learn how Windows hashes work under the hood and how to reuse admin credential to get the job done. Cryptography and hash cracking. It describes how to crack hashing during your engagement using Hashcat. Before starting on the cracking topic, you will learn about the basics of cryptography including hashing and encryption. Reporting. It explains how to present professional penetration testing reports. Also, you will learn how to evaluate, accelerate the severity of your findings. Assembly language and reverse engineering. It will introduce you to the concept of reverse engineering using the assembly language. You will learn about the basics of the assembly language include register, assembly instruction, memory segments, and much more. Buffer or stack overflow. It will use what you learned in the previous chapter to exploit the stack using the buffer overflow technique. Programming with Python. It discusses the basic of Python version 3. This programming language is the choice of hackers, so you should learn it too. Pen test automation with Python. It focuses on the automation of the penetration testing phase using the Python language. You will see a complete practical example that can use in your career. There I have a link for install Kali Linux in VMware method. Thank you for watching my presentation. Assalamu alaikum.